All right, so as I said earlier, because this was a two-part grant, what I'm doing is I'm starting an orchestra with my grant. So the reason that I got the idea for it is last year I had 3 students who transferred who played string instruments in the schools that they came from, but when they got to Breathitt, we didn't have a string program. So I put them in band, and it just didn't work out. One of them ended up switching to flute. One of them ended up just doing color guard and then quitting, and the other one ended up just quitting altogether. So I thought, well, the question is why don't we have these things? And my experience with these ARI grants is that they're good starter money. They're good seed money. We, a few years ago, did our first school musical, and we used the ARI grant to get that off the ground. And now our school system is spending quite a bit of money on our musicals and dramatic arts programs. So I thought, well, I'll work with KVEC and see if I can get some materials. So what I purchased 3 violins, 2 violas, a couple of replacement parts. I got some bows, some extra strings. I got the textbooks that I'm going to need to use for it. I got some tuners. I got the snark tuners. If you're not familiar with the snark tuners, you stick them on the instrument, they clip on, and they don't tune with sound, they tune by the vibrations. So every student will have their own tuner and can tell if their instrument is in tune, or when they put their finger down on the string, if they're putting it in the right place. So it was a really cool thing that didn't exist when I was in school, so I would have loved to have had that. So what I'm going to do, the data that I'm tracking is their math scores on MAP testing, and I'm going to look at whether that experience in that instrumental music program has any impact on their math scores. And like I said earlier, MAP does actually break down what kinds of math concepts that the kids are testing well on and they're testing poorly on. So it'll be interesting to find out if it really does have that impact, and I'm sure it does. If you're involved in music education, you know that it does have an impact on reading and math. But I'm excited about is seeing what it actually does impact by looking at that MAP data. Does anybody have any questions about what we're doing?